Whoa.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello. Oh, I think is it still doing the intro now?
We're trying new things. Who knows? All
There
right,
we go.
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everyone. Episode 3, holiday edition, UES,
Ho, ho,
BTG.
ho.
We're back. Talking the important things in golf, I'd say. I think a lot of these outlets cover things that aren't important, that are fringe. We cover the important things like how to be a good guest and which state is the best state for golf, among other things. Anyway, good show tonight. UES, I always get a kick out of the whiteboard promotion. I need to get better handwriting, and I need to get a whiteboard. That was my big takeaway from that tweet.
I love my whiteboard. I got it. So I've had an office in this apartment for, I guess we've been here for a year and a half, and I kind of had random artwork, and now I've got a full wall. I've got a print of the 17th at the park. I've got the 2026 Friday golf calendar. I've got a print of 18 at Pasatiempo. I've got the flag from the Skins game. And I actually got, I tweeted about it. I went to the Cabot trip this year, and they sent me a course maps thing.
I saw that.
Pretty sweet.
That was cool. Why did they send that to you?
I have no idea. I planned the trip. They came with a note that just said, thanks for visiting us this year.
Yeah.
So nice way to encourage people to come back.
That might be the best thing to get if you go to a tournament, like the poster, like the tournament poster.
For sure.
If you're building out a home office.
For sure.
That's probably one on my list of like things I would buy.
My dad had the 2013 Marion one in his office, and it was just so clean looking. Whoever it is that makes those, there actually is a specific artist who makes those. They're so sick.
So talented. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's some big news in the
no one else is live right now.
World.
No other podcast is live.
That's actually, I was actually surprised I didn't see more.
Emergency
I've seen a lot of tweeting about it, but
yeah, a lot of people getting their takes off. Everyone's got to get their take off, right? Also, an all-time news dump. Tuesday, December 23rd at 6 p.m.
Wait, I thought we were talking about.
No,
we were talking about. Oh, I was thinking about Grant Horvath beating Brad Dahlke yesterday on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean that's the stuff that I was tuned in for. Of course. How did I miss that?
Yeah,
we're
talking about competitive golf, right?
Yeah, LIV and YouTube are basically the same thing at this point. You could probably make that analogy actually. What has more gravitas? You could make a strong argument for YouTube golf.
Does Bryson care more about the crushers or his YouTube views?
YouTube by far,
100%.
And because yes, he makes a lot for LIV, but like YouTube is how he's changed his persona. Like he's done a full 180 character split.
Yeah.
And I mean, but like the Internet Invitational or any LIV golf tournament for the past 3 years, the Internet Invitational is more important than all of them combined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it truly is a wild scene.
What so what's your read on I mean, I know we're not a pro golf podcast, but this
you got to talk about it. You got to
such a big deal.
You got to get your takes off, right?
Yeah.
My take is that the tour should let him back, but he has to be a mule for a year or maybe 2 years.
Really?
This is my take. Like, this is obviously a bit tongue in cheek, but
yeah,
you let him back. You say you can play on the tour. You can't play in any signature events. You have to be a mule, so you have to go and play all the alternate field events, like the Sanderson Farms, whatever the shitty, like you have to go to like Alabama in August and play in that one, and then you got to go to Puerto Rico and you got to play all the really bad ones. Yeah, and you can't fly private. You got to fly like coach on American. So you're stripped of all of your like superstar.
I don't know if Jenna's gonna go for that.
So what?
Yeah,
you want to play on the tour. That's how you pay it back. That's reparations.
So I like that take. I think it's a good idea to have him come back and just do a year as a mule. Like no signature events is honestly big and no sponsor exemptions because no sponsor exemptions, no signature events because that's where all the dough is.
And he doesn't
But
care
like,
anyway. He only cares about majors, so he should take that
he
deal in a
was
heartbeat.
he was always a tour. He was never like a great of a tour player, to my recollection, unless I'm
No,
crazy.
no,
Yeah,
because he was on record being like, I don't give a shit about tour events. I
yeah,
just care about majors. And
yeah,
that was his like competitive advantage. It's like I will just I'll just outplay everyone when it matters the most. I'll just turn
yeah,
it on. I have like extra gear. And he was obviously the most dominant player in the world there for in 2018, 2017 through 2019.
yeah.
He's pretty darn good in
Well,
majors.
I forgot he was in contention at the 2019 Masters
Oh
until he
yeah, he was
dunked it
leading until he
into
put it in the water in 12.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God, I was
remember
watching that
that?
last night.
Yeah, he was gonna win that one too.
No, I mean, I'm excited about it. I kind of, he's such a douche, but like in such a lovable way. I think like his
Yeah,
like, oh, I don't give a fuck energy. I really like. And he's like, one of the all-time clips. I can't remember what PGA Tour event it was,
oh, the
but it
interview
was
clip.
when Bryson walked by.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
that might have been peak golf Twitter.
Yes.
The memes that were getting off after that, whenever that was. Brooks, I think he lost a bit of his aura when he started liking Bryson.
Yeah.
Every hero needs a villain who like love him or hate him. Like if he's the hero or the villain, like you got to have a guy that you're going against, and you got to have that rivalry. And that rivalry was awesome for the tour. And
Do you think he actually liked him? Do you think he actually likes him, or do you think that was like Liv was like, "Hey, you guys are the big stars here. You got to
I
play
don't know.
nice."
I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, the mules will lose their shit, obviously, because I'm like, well, he left. Honestly, in terms of golf as a product, the tour is a superior product. I actually think Liv is more directly competitive to the DP World Tour at this point, just because of like,
Yeah.
they're mostly European and non-American players. It seems. I mean, I don't know the actual numbers, but it's yeah.
For me, it's like the tournaments don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a shit if you win like Liv Valderrama or whatever?
No one cares.
There's just like it
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. It just
Yeah.
feels very hollow. Whereas like you want to go see the guys win the players, and you want to go see the guys win at Riviera, and you want to see them win at Torrey and win at Pebble, and like all those courses and tournaments that actually have history.
Yeah.
And that's really where I kind of draw the line. Like
great venues matter.
Great venues matter, and like the history of those tournaments matters too.
Totally.
And that's where I'm like,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying the venues. I mean, you look at, the PGA Championship is such a, and I know we're not a pro golf podcast, so we'll move on from this in a second. But like the PGA Championship is become such a second class citizen in the world of majors now, because it's like the venues are. It was Valhalla and then Quail Hollow back to back.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that those should count for half.
Yeah,
title. Scotty should have 4.5.
Yeah.
Brooks,
well, does that mean
that would knock Brooks back to like 2?
Yeah, and JT is a half.
3. Yeah, I think it's probably what you should do. It's just it's second. Yeah, it's a bummer that it's kind of fallen off. It just doesn't have an identity. It used to be like they should just move it back to August and be like it was Glory's final shot, and that was an awesome tagline, and you should just run with that.
That is a great call, actually. That's
what they should do, 100%. Because now it's just buried, in May or whatever, and it's kind of basically like a signature event. Yeah. And it kind of comes and goes, and everyone's like, "Oh, that was fine," And but if you put it in the end of August, and you're like, "Oh," you can really bulk up some of the storylines going into it. So, yeah, that's my take there. But yeah, Brooks mule for a year as punishment.
I like
back. Is Brooks trying to get his amateur status back? Should we have that conversation?
Him and Colt Knost in the Walker Cup.
And Brooks would be a lethal cocktail tour player.
Well, he was not, wasn't he? He wasn't that big of a when he was younger. Was he well known? I don't think so.
He was a good college player, but he wasn't like awesome.
He wasn't.
He kind of burst onto the scene. Like he played at Florida State, so he was, obviously a well recruited player, but he wasn't like a Jackson Coyven, Ludwig Oberg type of like
Mason Howell
freak. Yeah, he wasn't like a freak, but
got it.
Yeah, he was a late bloomer.
Well, and him and Colt Knost. I mean, Colt Knost, him being in CBS now and being Baker Finch's spots.
I'm preparing. The horses are preparing for battle for the Mid-Am circuit this spring. Yes. I gotta stay vigilant on any pros that are winning those tournaments. I'll
should
be
keep
on
a
it.
list. We should keep a list.
Yeah, the issue is there's so many of them. It's like
Yeah.
it's not just like one or two guys that we have to look out for. It's like half the field. So the watch will start
monitor.
turn. I think there's the Gasparilla in January is like the first one. So
Oh
keep
yeah.
an eye out. Keep an eye out for it.
Well,
Anyway, good intro. Brooks, welcome back.
Welcome back, Brooks. Welcome back. Hopefully RIP lives soon. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people. On to the I know I saw this headline, and you and I have been talking about this in general too. There's some sim league that's launching now. You can gamble on, how you're going to do in the sim. What is this?
I don't know. I've never been a sim guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand people that putt. Apparently people practice their putting in simulators. I've never understood that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Have you seen that live? You're a sim guy.
So I got a 5-iron here in the city, and I actually have it's a great 5-iron. I go there just to kind of like work on different fields and just like honestly
the sim's great in the winter.
Yeah, but the Rock Center one I go to has one of those sweet, like it's almost like a platform putting surface where it has like projector on top of it. And
I've seen those.
So I did like today.
PUTTR.
I think so. I did a ladder. Like I did a ladder drill today.
Yeah.
With it, that's pretty sick. But I mean, so I guess what are we seeing here? This simulator. So simulator company offers new way to bet on skills-based competitions with cash payouts.
Just what we need. More gambling in society.
In November, Full Swing and its AI gaming partner, Las Vegas-based Even Play, launched a game called Skill Strike, in which players on any Full Swing simulator in the approved gaming states can make bets on their performance in what is essentially a closest to the pin contest. With each opportunity, the hole is placed at varying distances and surrounded by colored rings that represent various payouts. The closer the shot is to the hole, the more money you win. And the biggest selling point is this: the game's algorithm adjusts to each player's skill level, i.e., there's a very, very, very small chance you're going to win this because there's literally an algorithm working against you to make sure you don't make any money.
Of course not. The house always wins.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm in a sim league with Rev, and they actually do, when we have our sim night, you can put $1 in and see who gets closest to the pin. And like, that's kind of like, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe you win $50. That's cool. Like that. But like the idea that, I listen, we see this with TGL too. And you see this with the Golf Channel games they just had where, the betting partners are just looking for new ways to get folks to throw a couple bucks on whatever outcome it is that you're betting on. And I don't know, it just any sport, whether you put on Sports Center, it's like ESPN bets, everything revolves around sports gambling now.
So much money in it. It's unfortunate.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, these gambling companies are just throwing money at all of the platforms to make the math work.
And I'll say this, like I'm not a sports gambling guy, but I won $1,500 on Roy in the Masters pool this year, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So that's like
gambling's a lot of fun when you win.
Totally. And I'll sprinkle $5 like this year at the US Open when Brooks was in the when Brooks kind of made his way into I don't know if he's in the lead, but he was kind of up there. I threw some money on him, and then of course he collapsed. But like, I don't know. I just like the extent it's all in our faces all the time, and that every single thing we watch, was golf related or not, is just you're gambling on it. And now it's making your way to, let's jump in the sim and see if I can make money off of this closest to the pin thing. It's gotten a little over the top.
Yeah, the sim, in my view, it's a good tool for us Northerners to work on your swing in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me that it's turned into this like massive commercialized leagues and all these different tournaments and events and stuff. I guess it's a way to keep it interesting, but again, that's not how I view hitting balls into a net or a simulator.
Have you watched TGL at all?
So I'm going to watch it this year. I did not watch
It's fun.
I did not watch a second of it last year. I watched it through Twitter.
Yeah. It's fun.
But it is something I will pay attention to. I think I watched that Kevin Kisner like shank out of the bunker like 600 times. I thought that was like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Hysterical.
But
when Tiger hit that wedge, he thought it was 110. It was like 210 or something.
I want to go see it live. I need to figure out if I can go see it live to see if it's actually
Those tickets
a good
are
product.
expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Okay. Never
It's
mind.
like $750.
Okay, never mind then. I'm out. That's what I paid
By
for
the
my
way,
Ryder ticket.
Mac Webster said Brooks was ACC Freshman of the Year, Player of the Year, senior year. Was definitely a good college player. Okay, thank you, Mac.
Yeah, I think
The members bounce, number one fan.
Shout out Mac. But I think now, like, they didn't have PGA Tour U back then, so I think my point is that he would have been like a Brooks Koepka, Jackson Coyven type of guy that had more.
Yeah.
But I just don't remember him playing in a ton of PGA Tour events as a college guy.
Well, I know
the question is now. He couldn't make it on the tour. I think he was on the Corn Ferry for a couple of years trying to make it.
PGA Americas,
like
maybe? He was all over the place.
Stud. Yeah, he wasn't like a. Yeah, he was a good college player, but he wasn't like a generational talent. Is what I'm trying to get at.
That's such a beast.
That
little like lateral hip shift thing he did. That's like, the antithesis of modern instruction.
He's got a freaky athletic swing.
Yes,
it's a cool move to watch. Honestly, he just rips it, and I like that he plays fast and he doesn't think a lot about the stuff when he's on the course. Like he's got a good.
I don't know.
He's got a yeah. It's like him and DJ, just like hit the ball. It's like guys, it's not that hard. If you're telling me that I need to play slower to shoot better scores, like look at DJ and Brooks. They have 6 or 7 majors combined between them. So just like your point is moot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the thing is now is Brooks going to be on Jupe Links next year.
I don't even know what that means. Is that a TGL team?
That is a TGL team. That's Tiger's team. Without Tiger, another Jupiter guy. I don't know.
I'm going to have to pay attention to that this year. I feel like just even though
he's homegrown. He's
going to have to West Palm
guy. I don't think he went to Benjamin. Where did he go to high school? Cardinal Newman. I don't know Cardinal Newman, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I am so. I don't know. I in general on the sports gambling stuff, I think it's like that. Like the whole I don't know. I think it's just if I was in college and I had access to the level of the sports gambling stuff that they do now, it would have been like in a mountain of debt leaving school. You can use a credit card to play some of these bets.
Yeah, you bet on leverage. It's wild.
Yeah,
it's yeah. I mean, I'm glad. Yeah, it's bad. Like
and
Robinhood too. Like is also a bad thing. I'll just put that out there. Robinhood's really bad.
I know a dude. He and I, as a friend from the city, he lost $150,000 trading options.
Yeah. No,
150 grand.
There's no. It's people do it without realizing what leverage is, and it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a cancer, but it's addicting. So it's gonna continue.
It is. Well, I mean, I gambling aside, on the golf course, there's a way to be. I think gambling, you can weave it away into playing golf, but always betting on everything you're doing all the time. Like let's just put an end to that. But I think you kind of caught up to it late, but we've got a little bit of a group text going on within the Burnerverse subsect, and we had a whole conversation around, I think it was Freddie or Arnie said, I can't stand the guests, and we had a whole conversation around what makes a good guest and how you should act when you are a guest.
I think I missed that part of the group chat. It's hard to keep up sometimes.
It's a good topic, though. I mean,
it is. It's a great topic. Yeah, I mean, I have lots of thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of America's guest at this point until I get a place of my own. Like I'm a guest.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been a guest frequently. And I'd be curious. I mean, I certainly have some thoughts about how I try to behave when I'm a guest at the club, but would love to hear your POV on, when you see good guests, when you see bad guests, and what advice you'd give to folks who are guests at clubs.
Yeah, I boiled this down to one sentence, which I think is all encompassing. So I think if you're a guest, you should act like you've been there, but not like a member. If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
So you should act like you've been to a club before and act like you know what you're doing, but you shouldn't put yourself in the shoes of the member, if that makes sense. I'll tell the story actually of so when my buddies joined the R&T in New York, and he invited us for dinner one night. This is probably like 7 or 8 months ago. when I still lived there. And my one friend was like in the city nearby and like had an hour and a half to kill. And my one friend who's a member was getting like a court tennis lesson before dinner. And so my other friend strolls right in, jacket and tie and all, and just like basically acts like he's a member and goes and like orders a drink from the bar and like goes and like watches this kid get a lesson, play court tennis up in the R&T. And I think that's a no. I think that's absolutely a faux pas of guest etiquette. I think arriving before your host and getting out of the car and like making yourself at home is a no-go.
Okay.
But that's just one little story that I think some people may think it's okay to do. I'm on the side of like, I would always lean towards being more conservative as a guest as opposed to like acting like you're a member.
Sure. Well, okay. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Cause I mean, is that person just like, acting like they know where they're going and just like waiting for their friend to finish something up? Like what would you prefer that person to do in that case?
Well, I think in that situation, my friend had just joined the R&T, so he was also like,
got it. New.
He was also new and like really didn't want to step on any toes there.
Yeah.
And I think you should, as a guest, probably wait for your host to be fully prepared to host you, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Because it ultimately is on them at the end of the day. If you fuck up, like it's going to come back to hurt them, not really hurt you. I mean, obviously you probably won't get invited back if you do something like egregious, but within the club, it's going to hurt the host more. So I'm always on edge when I'm hosting people, especially people that I don't know as well.
Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that does make sense. I guess just sort of like have like the reverence and defer to, but don't act like, I don't know. You don't want to be like slack jawed and wide eyed walking around like, oh, like what's going on? Like you have to kind of walk the walk, but don't like, if you have any sense of entitlement at all, then GTFO.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. I think another thing is just going with the flow of like what the day is like.
Sure.
Don't order drinks if your host is not drinking.
Yeah.
That type of deal.
Yeah.
Like you want to feel it out. You don't want to be the guy calling the shots.
Yeah.
I think you're just kind of there to go with whatever's going on. And not kind of impart your will on the day, if that makes sense.
Well, and also ask, like, there have been times where I play with, like, Rev's not a drinker, right? But I'll ask Rev, like, hey, man, do you mind if I grab a drink? He's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's totally different. Yeah, very different.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interest. It's like, I've seen people be, I mean, I'll like, there's actually a pretty wild story this year where I was a guest, where I've been a frequent guest the past summer, and hopefully somewhere I might be able to join. But playing with a buddy, and who was the host, and he had another buddy who was there, who was I think a friend of his from college, and the guy was sort of like, rolled up in the good hat and kind of a dumpy looking shirt, etc., and was untucked. And my friend said to him beforehand, like, dude, you got to tuck your shirt in. And the guy was like, yeah, okay. Like, I don't get why they're so stuffy here. And the head pro, who's a very nice guy, came up and said, like, tuck your shirt in, and made him buy a belt too. And it was just like, and the guy was like defiant. The guest was like defiant about it. And I was just sort of like, if you're going to be like that, if you're going to like essentially tell your host, who is like pays money to go there and had to go through a whole process to get in this club, pays dues, buys food, is like actively participating in this, and is like nice enough to bring you onto the grounds of a not publicly accessible place, then like follow the fucking rules. Like you're not above it. No one's above it. Like Mike Bloomberg could walk in there and he'd still have to tuck his shirt in and put on a belt. Like
100%.
Who the hell do you think you are? And what kind of friend are you, honestly?
Yeah.
Well, and also, like, what kind of friend are you? If you're putting your buddy, who's a young member of the club, in a spot, and you're just like, oh, I don't agree with it. Like, okay, if you don't agree with it, don't come. If you don't agree with it, then don't come. Like, if you're gonna be there, this is the deal. These are the rules. Adhere to them. But like this, like level of like, oh, why is everyone such a stick up their ass? I'm like, because they can, and that's their deal. And they can do what the hell they want to. It's their club.
That's exactly right. Yep. It's literally the purpose of a club is to have rules, and there's they select members based on those rules, and like that's the deal. It's part of the deal.
And I'm sure there are other places where it's like you could do whatever the hell you want to. You could, show up with your, in barefoot in a t-shirt and they wouldn't care, but like that's not where you are. So if that's not where you are, then just but here are the rules of where you are.
Totally agree.
Uh it's an interesting one is like, okay, how about so assuming you're good enough to be a guest one time, you get invited back multiple times. What I found to be an interesting thing is when I'm a guest of a club multiple times, so it's like a level of like, a comfort you start to feel, but it's like, do you change how you behave as a repeat guest of a place, or do you always have that same kind of like attitude of like super, super, super constant vigilance when you're, as the same time you're there the first time?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it changed. I mean, I think it's just human nature to let your guard down when you're more
Yeah.
familiar with your surroundings, right? I think that's just
Yeah.
kind of how we're wired. So I think it's okay. I mean, as long as you haven't had any like colossal fights or like issues. I think it's a totally natural place to be. Like if you have friends at clubs and you're there a few times a year, like you get to know the names of the guys working behind the bar or in the shop
Yeah.
or whoever. Like
Yeah.
that's a good, I think it's totally natural and totally fine.
Well, and I also feel like when you go somewhere, think of it as a bit of a tryout too.
No,
Like,
totally. Yeah, you get to know
right?
the rules of the club of like, what flies here, what doesn't fly here. And the host they should tell you a little bit about what the deal is, but you don't really
Yeah.
understand it until you're there. Some places are more laid back and don't care as much about attire. Some places are super buttoned up. Like LA Country Club. If I were ever to go play there, I would hound my host to make sure I didn't fuck up. I'd be like, tell me like the most up to date rules.
Yeah.
Like exactly, do I need a jacket if I go in this part of the clubhouse? Do I need, what's the deal with, I obviously have to wear pants. Like, can I wear these types of shoes or whatever? So I think it's partially on the guest and partially on the host to open that channel of communication.
Totally. Well, I told you how my dad had sent that. I think we talked about that. I don't think it was in the pod last week. My dad had sent an excerpt from a member's handbook of his old club to someone who just directly ignored it when they showed up on property. I think I agree. It's like you kind of have to give your guest a lay of the land before they show up, but also like you gotta expect your guest to behave like an adult when they show up as well.
Yeah, I'll tell one story. When I was a senior in high school, I'd come in to play college golf, and there was one other kid who was committed to play on the team with me, and he actually texted me like right when he figured out that we were like both committed to the same. Because apparently we'd played together in a tournament, but like I didn't remember this kid's name at all. I felt bad, but he was like, "Look, man," he kept like hounding me to like play golf together before we went to school. So I was like, "All right, sounds good." I invited him to play at my club. Tee times maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon on like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget what this kid wore. I don't remember a lot of things. This is 10 plus years ago. This is 2014 or 15. He showed up in black shoes, black socks, black shorts, white belt, mustard yellow shirt, and a maroon hat. I swear to God, this is what the kid showed up in. And I'm like, oh no, this is like, what am I supposed? I'm gonna play golf with this kid for the next 4 years of my life. I'm supposed to be friends with him. Like, no offense, like not trying to judge him, but like,
yeah,
when you show up at a club and you're wearing that, like that tells me a lot before I really get to know you. And then he topped his first tee ball like 20 yards.
Ooh.
And didn't handle it the way I would have hoped he handled it.
How are you supposed to handle that?
You laugh it off.
Got it. If he
I think you laugh it off.
God damn it, kind of thing.
Well, it's one of those places where you can't really hit a mulligan.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go and play it. And like that walk 20 yards up, like it's not a fun walk.
Yeah.
And I think you just kind of have to like laugh at it, and then just pray to God you get the next one in the fairway.
How did he react?
Not well. I think he like he's like pouting and like, oh, like my hand slipped or something. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Where it's like, dude, no, you just fucking topped a 3-wood. Like it's fine.
This tee box don't even.
Yeah. The ball was below my feet.
No, it's not.
it's just like, yeah, that's one of those situations where I still remember that clear as day. Anyway, I'm no longer friends with him, so oh well.
I wish him
Comes and
well.
goes. Yeah, wish him well. He might be listening to this. Who knows?
Probably is. But he still owns that mustard shirt.
Yeah. Interesting. He was an interesting kid. Anyway, guest etiquette. It's important.
It is. And bring a gift. Bring a gift. Nothing doesn't have to be crazy, but bring something. Bring a bottle of wine.
I like it.
Bottle of
I
liquor.
like, especially for an overnight. We could do a whole bit on invitational etiquette as well. That's something we should put in for like this.
Totally.
We'll do a whole, like, if you get invited to a member guest, like, here's what you do.
I brought a bottle of 42 for a member guest this year, and we ended up doing a shot right before we went out at like 7:30 in the morning, which is pretty fun.
That is fun. I mean, invitationals are it's my favorite tournament of the summer. Playing or hosting, it's just a blast. It's just so fun. It's the best.
Well, and that's actually, my buddies and I, we talk about, well, as we get older and we start joining clubs, like we're all kind of try and join different spots, because then member guest season comes around. We'll all be each other's. We'll all be each other's guests, which would be sweet.
Yeah, the home and home is definitely that's the right way to reciprocate.
Yes,
and there's a lot of like hand wringing about, oh, how do you like, how do you get invites to these places? The answer is just to be a member at another club. That's and true. Have at least the ability to reciprocate at a decent course and a decent club. That's like the quick answer of like, don't beg for fucking invites on the internet. Work hard, get yourself in a nice club. Yeah. I actively don't want to play with people on the internet. I'm going the other way.
Meanwhile, you started a podcast, the guy you met on the internet.
I know, but like, I'm actively like, just leave me alone. But the easiest way to get invited to places is to be a member at a nice place.
Yeah.
Like, that's the answer. So
you
should do everything you can to do that if you want to get invited to nice places. So anyway, should we do the chat on state golf?
Yeah, let's do it. And this, for everyone's reference, this stems from a conversation we had a few weeks back where you had the very, very hot take that California is not an S tier golf state. And I guess the question, I have a counter argument, but I'd be curious to hear from you then. And in that case, what are the S tier golf states?
So I think you have to. I mean, how many S tier? I mean, are we going to do it? Because not all states are created equal. So I think there's like maybe 3 S tier golf states.
That sounds right.
I think it's New York.
Okay.
I think it's Jersey.
Okay.
And I think it's North Carolina.
Really?
Would be or Wisconsin. North Carolina, Wisconsin would probably be
okay.
That would be my 4. Yeah, and I think California, again, my argument there is, and also my argument is that it's top heavy, and Cypress isn't as good as everyone thinks it is. Again, 2 incredibly hot takes. But
Every time you played it,
Cypress I played once.
Okay,
and I was underwhelmed. And I know that's a crazy hot take, and
really,
I'll be tarred and feathered and dragged in the streets for it. Cypress, this could be a whole conversation for another day. It's a good golf course, but it's not a great golf course.
That is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's actually correct. So that's something we can get into another day. But Cypress has a couple forgettable golf holes. Like in the middle there, it's just like you kind of forget where you are. You're like, okay, that was that hole was okay. And then you get to 15, 16, 17, you're like, this is the greatest 3-hole stretch in the entire world. Unquestionably. And then 18 is like a bad hole. So, it has a couple forgettable holes, has a couple really good holes. But I think that California is top heavy.
Yeah.
And I have Laz in my corner, a resident California golfer who said the golf isn't even that good.
He's such a contrarian though, of course, and you guys are both contrarians. So it kind of adds up that you would both come to that conclusion. And I don't, but like, okay, so interesting to hear you say Jersey, because I've been pulling up the top 100 golf courses website to kind of do my due diligence on this. And I think I would actually also say that Jersey is super top heavy. Like Jersey in particular is very top heavy. Like you've got
Somerset, you
Pine
got
Valley, Somerset,
Baltusrol,
Baltusrol, Plainfield, Ridgewood, Hollywood,
Hollywood.
Upper, Galloway, Essex County, Bayonne, and then a lot of kind of random shit, to be honest with you. Like good clubs.
Did you say Ridgewood? Ridgewood's good.
Ridgewood, yeah. And then you got like Morris
What's the other one?
County,
Arcola.
Trump Bedminster, Arcola.
I mean, California California's got LA Country Club, Bel Air,
Yeah.
Riv,
Cypress,
Cypress
LACC,
good.
Pebble,
Pebble's good.
Cal
Pebble's-
Club, SFGC, Pasatiempo,
Okay.
Monterey Peninsula, Valley Club Montecito, Olympic, Lake Merced, Spyglass, Rustic Canyon.
I've never heard of Rustic Canyon.
Torrey Pines, both courses.
No, Torrey Pines is trash. You cannot say Torrey Pines.
TPC, Harding Park.
No, stop it. Trash.
Okay. Stanford, the Links at Spanish Bay. Like there's a lot of good stuff there, man. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty deep. I'd actually say okay.
I actually just don't love this. I just don't love the style of golf out there. Is probably more what I'm getting at. I mean, Pebble is probably my top 2 golf course in the world for me.
Yeah. Have you been to Pasatiempo? I mean, that's like the most like like the most like internet famous course now. But
I know
like, it is. It is genuinely
everyone's
such
just
a delight.
Everyone loses their mind when they hear Mackenzie. Oh, it was an Alistair Mackenzie. I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good.
I'm telling you, Pasatiempo is a cool place. It's a very cool place.
No, I believe it. Those public courses that get the full run out, the full Gilhan's attention, that always piques my interest. But yeah, I think.
I mean, New York.
If you want to go public, though, if you want to go public, I think Wisconsin is certainly S tier.
Totally. I mean, Wisconsin, Nebraska.
You could even go. Nebraska is a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I think Wisconsin certainly has got its foothold as an S tier golf state. Pennsylvania, I would almost put PA there too.
I mean, actually, I would actually put Pennsylvania pretty firmly because you have Oakmont, Marion, Ronimink,
Fox Chapel,
Scranton, Fox Chapel, Philly Cricket,
Lancaster,
Huntington Valley,
Philly
Country Club,
Philly Cricket,
Saucon, which has 3 great courses.
A lot of underrated and overlooked. Yep.
Manny's, Gulf Mills, Applebrook, Stonewall,
just outrageous.
I've never been to Nemacolin, but I
played Nemacolin. I played it in April and it snowed.
Really?
It was unbelievable.
What?
Yeah. I played in a golf tournament. Yeah, junior golf tournament in Nemacolin. I don't really remember the golf course, but all I remember is the fact that it snowed.
Yep.
It was unbelievable.
White Manor's good.
I think it's kind of fallen off though. White Manor got bought by it got bought by some company and they trashed it. But White Manor
I forgot about that. That's Waynesboro actually great. I love
hosted PJ Tour events. Awesome.
Yep. I like Waynesboro.
Sunnybrook.
I haven't played Sunnybrook. I played Glen Mills a bunch. That's a great public course. The funny thing about Glen Mills is it's a reform school. So literally the entire grounds team is all essentially students in a reform school.
Interesting.
Yeah, a little strange.
Interesting.
Little strange. New York is, I think New York is top to bottom. I
think it's probably top to bottom 1-1.
Pretty outrageous. Yeah.
I mean, Long Island in and of itself could probably be an S tier state.
Yeah. I mean, I had the great fortune of, I just checked out last week, the Hudson National Practice Facility.
Yeah.
The place that's like golf heaven.
Yeah. No, New York is play to win in all.
Pound Ridge in the top 60 in New York is kind of a icky though. Pound Ridge, I hate Pound Ridge.
Is it? We were going to play there, and then what happened?
We were. I think you moved.
Yeah, I did move. You're right.
You moved.
Yeah, that was tough to do.
I've given that course too much money over the years.
Yeah, I was going to say it was pretty steep for the round. What was it, $250?
260. Yeah. And you that's one where, harkening back to another conversation, you kind of need a cart.
Interesting. Yeah, modern.
But
public I guess makes sense.
So I think
people around.
I think Jersey as an S tier is a hot take. I would think Pennsylvania in over Jersey. Wisconsin, I haven't done enough diligence to have a strong opinion there. But I think California, just because of, even if it is top heavy, the clubs and courts that are in there at the top are so strong that I feel like it's hard not to call it S tier. But
You'd have to put Jersey. If that's your argument, then Jersey has to be there because that's Pine Valley.
Okay.
Because I think Pine Valley probably carries more weight than any other course. But yeah,
That's
you could have this. It was like that. Who tweeted that map out of like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and like it divided the U.S. into segments.
Oh yes.
That was a good.
I also think like Monterey is just so beautiful. Like Monterey is just like my dream retirement situation.
It feels so like foreign to me as a northeastern person.
Well, I'll be there. Yeah. I mean, I'll be there. My fiance is from Alameda, so like I'll get I'm playing Koepka Park, which is a great, like, this is the difference with California is you go to play public golf in New York. It's like you're slumming it. Like you're like, it's shitty. The people are mean. Like, everyone plays in 6 hours. It's so poorly run. Like it's not well maintained. This place, Koepka Park, which is $45 to play. It's a Robert Trent Jones, or it's Reese Jones, and his brother did the other course. So it's not like, architecturally, it's not the best club in the world, but it's almost like that kind of Melbourne Sandbelt style, like kind of a good decent amount of undulation and quick greens and pretty windy, but like it's a very well maintained. It is fast, like fast pace of play if you're playing in the morning, and like you get there and everyone's so nice to you, like. Super hospitable, really nice facility, just like a well-run operation, and it's $50. And I think there's a lot more of that in places like California than there are in states like New York, Pennsylvania. I mean, there's like where I grew up in the Philadelphia area, there was like no public golf. I mean,
no, it's gonna be Cobb's, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and there was Glen Mills, and then I guess there was that other place out in the boonies. I forget what it was called, but anyhow. So anyways, I mean, I guess I still feel like California belongs in the S tier, but I think it's an interesting take to hear Jersey in there too. And so, I before we jumped on, we've been talking about in light of the season, instead of an ad read this week, we prepared a brief burnerverse edition of the night before Christmas.
This was all UES, by the way. This is it's actually a work of art. So I'm pretty excited for this. We're gonna have to clip it and tweet it out. Because no pressure or anything, but
okay. Well,
do your best.
I will. Thank you. So the night before golf burnerverse Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through Golf X not a burner was stirring, not even net stick. The FJs were set with shoe trees to care in hopes that career rounds soon would be there. The Covidians were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of big litter hats danced in their heads. And BTG and his Belgians, and I and my Loros, jumped on the phone to discuss golf onboarding mechanisms, quite thorough. When down at the clubhouse there rose such a clatter, we sprang from our podcast mics to see what was the matter. Straight to the first tee we flew like a flash, carrying our bags, of course, none of that pushcart trash. There in the fairway, with such a perfect mow, a shadowy figure with a Mackenzie bag in tow. When what to our wandering eyes should appear, but a buttery draw fade, to those same eyes it brought tears. With a little old 3-wood, so lively and quick, we knew in a moment it must be the country club stick. Even from this distance, clearly so much game, he whistled and shouted to the Covidians, putting them to shame. Now Bryson, now Horvat, now George Bryan and Wesley, on Good, on Dalkey, on Foreplay and D-Rap, away from the pro shop, away from the club. Now shrink away all.
That's awesome. It's so good. I was trying my best not to laugh. I should have muted my mic. I'm gonna figure out how to clip things on this, and that will be posted all over Twitter tomorrow. That's a fact. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Well done. That was, how long did that take you to write?
That took me like 15 minutes to write, 20 minutes to write.
Okay.
I tried to write the whole thing. The full, I don't know if people realize this when they were kids. The full Night Before Christmas poem is quite
long. I looked it up when you said that you were writing that. It's like 50 lines.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. They kind of like disguise it in the book. Did you ever have the book read to you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So have the book make it seem shorter, but that was well done. That's going to be, I mean, shrink away, shrink away, shrink away. That's an all-time line.
I
Well
appreciate it.
done.
I mean,
Well
I,
done.
you know, I initially had done like a ChatGPT thing, and it felt so inauthentic. So
No, it's got to be your voice. That was clearly written by a human.
yes,
All right. Speaking of the holidays, should we discuss New Year's resolutions?
absolutely.
All
I know
right.
you've got a few. I know you put them down on paper.
I did tweet them out just because I enjoyed Twitter as a way of talking to myself. So the most unlikely thing I'm putting on my list is practice putting enough to see a visible wear mark. This is
Mhm.
very, very unlikely, but
Yeah,
it's still going to be on there just because it's one of the only things I want in life is to find a putter that I like enough to use for like 5 or 6 years at a time, and B, like to have enough time to practice on my putting and
yeah,
my short putting, and to be good enough at putting where like the ball is hitting the club at the same place every time. So there's nothing more satisfying than like getting a nice groove pattern on a wedge, but I'm pretty
yeah.
excited to like transfer that over to the putting greens. Um, write more about mid-am golf. That's going to get queued up January, February once the circuit kicks off. I'm pretty excited for that. I need to write more about like boutique club craftsmen because I get a lot of questions about like where from people asking about where they should bring their clubs to get fixed or fitted or
Yeah.
whatever. And I think we need to like bring those like tiny little shops to we need to shine some light on where those people are,
Hmm.
because I think it's good, it's important to support those businesses. Um, break 73 times, make more twos on par threes. I mean, that's just simple math. Twos on the cards are good. Figured try and birdie more par threes. It's always was a good feeling.
Yeah.
I think this is the year for the hole in one. I need to play more than 30 times to get it, but
Yeah.
this is the year I've been dreaming about tweeting my hole in one for 8 months now. So it's time for that to happen. Uh,
What's an OCBD again?
Oxford cloth button down.
Ah, got it.
So yeah, wear more of those old school fashionable like Brooks Brothers,
Yeah.
old school button down shirts. I wear a lot of polos now, and Arnie's definitely onto something with his crusade against big polyester.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to put on a polyester golf polo in the middle of winter. You want to put on like cotton and cashmere.
Totally.
So I'm in support of him there. I'm gonna have to buy myself another pair of Premiers
Yeah.
because I only own one. I get trolled on the internet every time I say that. And I do want to play 90 hole, or I want to play 9 holes with the 90-year-old stick at my club.
That's great. Love that.
I should tell that story at some point soon because that guy's the man. All right, let's hear it. UES.
So it's funny. I think like your point about the putting part, like I have a similar goal in terms of just like, you know, the wear mark is something I had seen. Someone posted something about having wear mark in your putter. I think it's like the most badass thing in the world. So I would echo that one. I would say you want to write about mid-am golf. I have this idea of writing more about the business of golf that you and I have chatted about, and I think more to come there.
Yeah.
In terms of like scoring, I mean, so I went from, I mean, actually, it was pretty. I will say, like, it took a lot of work for me to get from a 20 to a 6 last year, like a lot of work and a lot of hours. So I was pretty proud that I made it onto the USGA's Instagram. That was pretty cool, I will say. Like, not to pat myself in the back, but I'm going to. So I think one of the things I want, like, I have a buddy who's a former club champ at his place in New York, and one of the dreams I have is doing a 4-ball with him. And so I want to get down to like a 2 and try and qualify for that with him. I think that'd be really fun.
Love that.
Unlikely, but you never know. I'd say I broke 80, I guess 4 or 5 times last year. I'd like to quintuple that number. So I'd like to break 25 times next year. I want to shoot 75 or better 5 times at least.
Like that.
I think there's the easy one where it's like that. What's the Tiger 5, where it's like no bogeys on par 5s, no doubles, no 3 putts, majority fairways and regulation, majority greens and reg. Like that's a straight. I know for me, like my biggest challenge is like I've gotten really good at making pars and bogeys. I need to learn how to make birdies. Like I need like 50 birdies this year. And
you track your birdies and pars?
I should. I want to.
Okay.
I want to. So like that's one of the things. Like I think 50 birdies is a good goal.
I like
Because
that.
I get like
I wish I had the resolve to do that, but I think it's a good thing to do.
Absolutely. I think that would be like just for my it's like I think that's mostly psychological. I think sometimes I have birdie putts and I just think like, oh, just lag this and make sure I get a par. And it's like, that goal of shooting set in the mid 70s and below, like, yeah, you can just shoot, you could par the course to death, but it really helps to have a few circles on your scorecard when you're trying to go to those levels. And I think if I'm going to be able to compete in some of those more, USGA sanctioned events, then I would need to be able to convert some circles. So I think that's a big one.
I think that's also like that's not just putting too. That's also hitting it close enough to make those putts too, because you may only make like 1 or 2 if you're lucky, like 30 footers around.
That's
I don't
true.
know what the math is on that. I'm not a math guy, but you do want to be hitting it inside 15 feet, especially with your wedges to make more birdies.
Well, I think another thing too is I think one thing I have like mentally, I'm a bit of a head case. Candidly, I've always happened in sports. Like I was a head case when I played high school lacrosse, and I'm a head case now still. And I think one of the things I need to get just like stop tinkering. Like I tinker nonstop with my swing and all sorts of different things, whether it's my clubs, my swing. I'm always like messing around, and I'm not good enough to do that. Like I'm just not. Like so like honestly, Arnie, our friend Arnie, Aaron McNair has been so helpful with me working out some things in my mechanics and swing, and I like. For me, I'm a relatively big dude and I can hit the ball a long way, but I've lost some distance with some of these changes. And I think I wanted to get comfortable just being like hitting the ball straight and not necessarily, having to hit my 7-iron 200 yards. Like, so I think I just want to focus on like hitting the ball straight and it reliably at the same distances, not necessarily thinking that I have to go out there and, dazzle everyone with my ball speed on the golf course. So I'd say like in general, like not one tinkering and 2 not chasing speed overly. I'd love to play. I think another one is I want to play more golf with my dad. I mean, I've talked about my dad on here on X before, and he's in his 60s. His health is not great, and so I think just spending more time with him on the golf course would be, I think, a really really good thing to do. So that's definitely on the short list as well. Oh, and join a club. That's actually that maybe is the biggest, but
there you go.
Yeah,
those are great goals. The last 2 especially. Nothing higher ROI than both of those things.
Totally.
Absolutely. Yeah. The new year. I don't know if I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play next week in Florida. That'll be great.
Are you playing with Rev?
No, I'm not playing with Rev. I'm playing with a buddy.
That sucks.
Another buddy. Like he. Long story, but yeah, we're gonna play Apogee. Which is going to be sick. The new course, the North course down there.
Who did the North course?
I have no idea. I think it's pretty good. I think Rev likes it. He said it's good, but I was supposed to play Lost Tree as well, but I guess this guy wanted me to play Lost Tree because Jack Nicklaus is apparently going to like destroy it.
What?
Apparently not destroy it, but he's going to like redo it and like fuck it up.
Lost Tree?
Yeah. So
that's news to me. My dad used to live at Lost Tree.
Yeah.
That's shitty. I didn't know that.
I heard that he's gonna start
not shitty, but
changing it, and it's not going over well. So
interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, but I'll keep my eye on it.
Florida golf, man. I'm starting to kind of see your perspective a little bit, to be honest.
I'm keeping my eyes open, my mind open for Apogee.
Yes,
obviously. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I am also playing golf next week. I'm very excited. I actually like, the amount. This is how, like, you're an addict and living in the Northeast is maybe not the best thing for you. Is that like the excitement I have to go play golf next week? And I've talked about it. I'm not going to name names, but I'm getting to play in a pretty special place next week too, which is just like another thing. Like that feeling of like, wow, it's that it's almost that is almost the night before Christmas that you get when you're a kid. That feeling of, oh my God, I'm gonna go play a course that I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah, no, it's as close as you can get
Mm-hmm.
when you're in your late 20s and early 30s. That's what we have to live for now. It's not holidays. It's just going to play new golf courses.
Well, and also, it's like we have that, you're married, I'm getting married. We have like a tour. I don't know what your plan is, but like I've got like a 2 or 3 year window until kids, probably. And then kind of all bets are off.
Yeah, Arnie's been in my ear being like, don't have kids. Fucks your golf game up. Sends it to shit. My wife will look at me and be like, sure you want to have kids? But your golf game, I'm like,
we'll just bring them.
Corner here.
Bring the stroller on the course.
Yeah, you put a seatbelt in golf cart. That's how I learned. I had a golf club in my hand when I was 6 months old. Dad just brought me out there. That's what it's all about. Anyway, mailbag. Which one do you want to start with?
What do we got here?
You're talking about reciprocal?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let's do it.
So I got a DM from a guy who just joined a club, and he said, how long should you wait to ask the head pro for a reciprocal letter to go play at a club that doesn't have reciprocity with your club? I think it's an interesting. I actually don't know the answer to this. I'd be curious to hear your take on it. I've never asked a pro to write me a letter to go play anywhere.
I told you about the story about my reciprocal deal when I was in high school, right?
No.
When I was a junior in high school, my family used to rent a place in Rhode Island. And there was a course nearby that was very, very, very exclusive.
Newport?
And no, it's Secana in Little Compton.
Okay.
And we belonged to a nice club in the Philadelphia area. And I was like, it was that one year when I was a junior in high school and I was like into golf. So I was like, I want to play while I'm in Rhode Island. So, and my dad said, yeah, we should figure out reciprocity, whatever. So I had no idea what that meant. No idea. So I just called the pro shop. I said, hey, I'm a member at XYZ club. Do you think I can come play this week? They're like,
yeah.
No.
No.
No, sorry, it's members only club. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
never mind.
That makes sense.
So don't do that. I would say don't do that.
No, don't just cold call the pro shop of a place you want to play. That's highly unadvisable.
I mean, I don't know. I think for this is like, I would say if this is the example of where you're traveling somewhere, you're gonna be there for like a week-long vacation with family and you want to play somewhere cool nearby. I think go for it. I think there was actually, I think Biff Roberts posted the top 100 chasing thing. I think is pretty like, and maybe others have posted about this. Like, let it come to you. Like,
yeah, and just don't post about it. People that post about it drive me nuts.
Well, and also if you're guys in your young 30s, whatever, like, do you really need to go play Riviera that bad right now? Like, wait, like it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like, if you're new at a club, you just joined, and like if it's even a question, the answer is probably no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Like I tried on a jacket the other day that I got in the mail that I didn't have a chance to try on before I bought it. And I said to my fiance, I was like, I don't know, am I comfortable in this? She's like, if you don't have to ask a question, it's not. And I think that's probably the same rule here is like, if you feel uncomfortable asking because you're worried that you're too new, then like you're probably too new.
For sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. If you're asking yourself if it's okay, it's probably not okay. Like you probably need to wait 5 or 10 years. And I think it's probably different for playing overseas too. Like if you were, I tell the story of like my dad going with his college buddies to go play like basically the Open Rota, and they would just show up with like the signed note from like the head club, the head pro being like, these guys are good guys, let them on. And like
Definitely
that's
different.
the culture over there is way different. So I would
Definitely different.
certainly tread very lightly with this kind of reciprocal action, especially if you just joined the club like 2 years ago or a year ago. I also think when you join a club, you shouldn't play in the member guest the first year. That's a hot
Yeah, you
take
said
I
that.
have that I think it's the right thing to do.
What if there are multiple member guests?
What do you mean?
What if there's like
I
a,
mean,
what if there's
I
like a
know clubs have
primary,
multiple.
secondary?
Secondary is probably okay. I just wouldn't play in
Yeah.
like the big one the first year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would wait 1 year and then jump in, because like there's plenty of other stuff you can do as a new member. You can play in like the
Totally.
Saturday games. Like there's tons of other stuff you can do. I wouldn't jockey too hard for a spot in the member guest unless they need unless it's not full. In which case you should play in it.
I like it.
All right, another
golf pants. We do golf pants. This is actually topical for me right now because I'm in a bit of a struggle bus with golf pants right now.
Yeah, we can do golf pants. I was actually writing about this today. I can't prescribe one pair of golf pants for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's built different. And it like the way pants fit your legs, like it's just going to be, depending on how you're built, it's going to be different. So my advice is I have yet to see like one manufacturer kind of separate themselves. I mean, I like Duckhead pants a lot, but I've yet to see one like golf specific clothing manufacturer like separate themselves in terms of quality. So it's really more about fit fabric. So I would just look for like J. Crew is good, Duckhead's good.
Do you do performance fabric or what do you do?
I like cotton, but
really interesting.
Yeah, because I don't really sweat.
Got it.
So I think you could. I mean, I think it just looks better too. It's more. But if you're like a sweater, and if it gets above 70 and you're just like a puddle, I get it. I'm not gonna.
Well, I like feeling like an athlete in the golf course, and I feel like if I'm wearing cotton, I don't feel like an athlete. That makes sense.
That's something I've never heard before. That's
really
interesting. Yeah.
Really?
You're wearing cotton, you don't feel like an athlete.
No, I don't.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. That's
what
like
do you mean?
Like I just feel like I can move so much. Like my Holderness and Bourne pants I have. Like
okay,
I have thoughts, but I like them a lot.
Yeah.
But when I wear them, they have enough movement, breathability, and like give that I feel like an athlete. Does that make sense?
Got it. No, I get it. Yeah, people like the cotton. I don't like the way it feels personally, like the tech on my legs, but I like the tech shorts. The Holderness tech shorts are really good. They haven't quite figured out the fit of the pants. And
for me, they're great because I've got
cotton
big
fabric
legs.
isn't quite right either.
Yeah,
you have big legs, yeah. So that's different.
Big legs, big
so
legs.
So then not J. Crew. I like Duckhead. They're a little bit more like a little bit more room in the upper leg area, which is nice. But yeah, I've yet to find like an awesome, like Holderness makes the best shirts, so it's just auto purchase from Holderness.
Faherty's got good pants. Do you know Faherty?
Never tried them. People tell me Red Manly. I'm like, no.
I don't know. Those look too much like joggers to me.
Like shitty, joggers. If you make joggers, I'm out. I'm sorry.
Faherty's got a blend of has a pant that's like a blend of a it's like a terry stretch terry that they look more like pants. Like it doesn't look like it's like sport pants to that point, but they actually you can move in them.
Got it. Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
A lot of them are 5 pocket, which I know you don't like.
Yeah, but I own 5 pockets, so I can't reject. Like I bought them from Holderness on accident, so now I just own 5 pocket pants.
Yeah.
I think I played Hollywood in them.
How dare you?
With Rev, I know I felt like a total fucking fraud.
The 5 pocket thing, I don't get what the big issue is, but
yeah,
whatever.
So it was the cut. Like, it's the cut of them. Technically, like historically, it's like a blue collar cut and pant.
Okay, got it.
So it goes back to like talking about history. It's like, yeah, it was like the working man's pant. It was a rip off of like the Levi's denim coal miners pant.
Got it.
And golf is historically like, the white collar gentleman's game, et cetera, et cetera. I
So
won't bore the listeners,
I'm
but
I'm
go
seeing
ahead.
here an unfairity called the Coastline Stretch Chino.
Okay.
I'm going to buy a pair.
Text me the link so I can look at it.
Yeah, yeah. These look.
I'll give
They're
my
a
take.
chino.
I'll give my take live on air.
They're I can't. I can't text because I don't have a Mac.
Oh, that's right.
Is there like?
I'll look it up.
Chat or
I'll
something?
just Google it.
I can send you a private chat here. Here we go. There we go. There's a chat. Oh wow, we're learning new tools with our own software every day.
Yeah.
Okay, I just sent you these.
I'm not seeing it. Whatever.
Do you see the private chat on the side of StreamYard?
Oh yeah, we're good. All right, I'm looking at them now. The pants for me are pass fail. These look interesting. I would say these are yeah, I've never heard of this brand before, but I'm gonna give it a pass.
I think these might. I think
my colors are on sale. Okay. Yeah, again, it comes down to fit and fabric more than brand. Yeah. Like I'll just keep harping on that. Like it's about how it looks, not about the name on the inside of it. So
can I bitch about Club Champion for a second?
Can I? Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I got fitted, and like this harkens back to previous conversations we've had. Like we talked about, they do some maybe nefarious things at times. I was having some issues where I felt like my clubs were too long. I had a hard time squaring the face. I had like an extra inch. I'm tall. I've got long legs and short arms. So I had an extra inch to my clubs. And I went back and shaved them down. And I got them checked for loft and lie. And like now, since I shaved off a quarter inch and I had my, them quote unquote bent back into place, my pitching wedge is going like 125 yards. For context, I typically hit my pitching wedge like 145 yards. So like, I don't know what happened, that could be a archer, not an arrow thing. But to me, it feels strange that all of a sudden that, this guy's been tinkering with my clubs and saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. And now I'm hitting my pitching wedge 20 yards shorter than I did before.
Yeah. Again, don't ever go there again. We got to find you a guy that knows what he's talking about.
Yes,
that can like set you right. And I've been working on, because I have some equipment issues as well. I've had my wedges for 5 years. It goes to show how little golf I played for the past like 4 years. That I really just, this year I started noticing like the spin issues with like the sand wedge. But it's time to fix the bag. And I've been searching for a guy like in the New York and Philly area that'll set me right. So
this might be a part of the New Year's resolutions is find someone. Well, it is on your resolutions, I guess.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I need new clubs. So mentally getting over the hurdle of spending $3,000 on a new bag. But I'm going to do some digging on eBay, honestly, is what I'm going to do. Because I know all my stats and stuff. So it's really just about finding the right heads and shafts. And then you got to find a guy to build them. Mm-hmm. So that's really, you got to find a guy that you trust to build them, because you don't want to be a champion.
Have you heard of Georgia Zet before?
Oh yeah, Izet, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still making stuff? Sure. I wonder. But anyhow, okay. Well, sorry, I had to complain because
I'm
frustrated by it right now.
It's one of the worst. We can't stand for club champion. It will not be happening.
I'm worried that the guy who fit me into my clubs hears me complaining all the time, and he intentionally.
No, but I've also told you that getting scammed is a rite of passage.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
So you kind of have to wear it like a badge of honor. It happened to me when I was like 15. So it happened to you when you're 30. It's all right. You learn once and you never go back.
Yeah. Never again.
Never again. It's funny. I actually went to Club Champion like before I really started, like in May, like right before I started ramping up, like posting on BTG, just because I wanted to see what it was all about. And the guy was just so slimy. I was like, look, I'm not here to buy anything. I just want to try and hit the new clubs. And he was like, well, you've never met a salesman as good as me. So we'll see about that. And I was like, I just want to get the fuck out of here now.
No, I'm definitely not buying anything.
It's the quickest way to make me not buy something. Anyway, Yeah. You want to do one more question or just save it for next week?
We're at hour 9. I feel like we should.
Just
I mean, unless you're dying to answer another question, I feel like we may have.
We maxed
What do you
out.
think?
I think
May
we
have
tapped
maxed
out. I think
We
we'll
did.
see people in the new year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we? Should we talk about the changes in the new year?
Yeah, we're going back to spaces. I think I'll tweet it out. But I was talking to a few guys. I frankly miss doing spaces.
Yeah.
I love talking to UES, but it's good to get some of the characters in the Q&A section to juice things up and good to talk to the BV directly where the BV's living on Twitter. So I think we'll do one. We'll continue the show. The show's not going to stop, but we're going to mix it up on Thursdays on Twitter Spaces.
Love it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you in January.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Stay safe. Safe travels. Enjoy the presents. Hope you get to play some golf.
Absolutely. All right. See you guys.
See ya.